Hello everyone, it's Maria here from Pepperly Rose Paper Crafting. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Sydney, Australia. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm going to be making a card with the So Much Love stamp set. This is in the annual catalogue. This is an absolutely beautiful stamp set, and if you like colouring, this is perfect. So I'm going to be showing this card today. This stamp set today, and I'm also going to be featuring the Basic Pattern Decorative Masks. These are basically stencils, or you can use them with some embossing paste. So you've got a pattern like this. You have, if you haven't seen them before, you have this sort of a pattern as well, a filigree kind of looking one. You've got some trees, and you've got polka dots. So today I'm going to feature the polka dot one. And we'll get started on this card. The colours of ink that I'll be using today are Basic Grey and Soft Seafoam. What a beautiful light green this is. I just absolutely love it, and it's a colour I don't use very often, so I thought I'll challenge myself today and use something that I haven't used for a while. So with my card base, I'm using Soft Seafoam. So it's half an A4, and I've scored it in half again, and that makes an A6 card base. So I'm just going to grab the bone folder and burnish the score line. And I've also got two pieces of Whisper White cardstock that are just 1/4 of an inch shorter than the card base. If you'd like to purchase any of the products that I'm featuring today, please do so through my online store at pepperlyrosepapercrafting.stampinup.net. I would appreciate your business immensely. So what we'll start off with is doing some ink blending with the polka dot stencil there, or mask. I'm going to bring over my craft sheet, my craft mat, and this allows me to do some messy work without ruining my surface, so it's really good. Alright, so I'm going to grab makeup brush. We don't sell those, but I love using them. And so I'm just going to pop the mask over the top of that there. We can actually attach some tape. So I'm going to use some painter's tape just to keep it in place. Just put that on from the back, and just to attach it on there so it doesn't move around when you're ink blending too much. Okay, let's do it this way actually. Okay, that should do it. It doesn't have to be overly, you know, spectacular what I'm going to do here. So with this soft seafoam, I'm going to dip my brush in there. I'm going to tap off quite a bit of it because I just want a small, like, just a light colour, a light soft seafoam polka dot in the background. I don't want it to be overwhelming. Just light, and it doesn't have to be over the whole lot, and as you can see here, that is the perfect amount that I would want. So I'll just wipe off everything. Okay, so we've just finished now all the cleaning and housekeeping type of things, and so now we've got our panel there ready to go, and you'll see it over the top of the soft seafoam, and it looks beautiful, just lovely. So I'll just put that to the side for now. Now with this stamp set, it is a cling mount stamp, and it comes with beautiful sentiments. So much love for you, here for you, you made my day. This of course can be used for any occasion. Because I own a Silhouette Cameo machine, and you can do this with your brother Scan and Cut as well if you have it. Because this set doesn't have a die set to go with it, what I've done is I have scanned and I have cut several of these images. So this is just like a scrap. So I've cut one already to go, and I'm going to be using my Stamparatus to cut out, to stamp with this image. So please bear with me for one moment. I will have to attach the power onto the camera here because it's run out of battery. So bear with me and I'll be back in a minute. I'm back now. So this is a good trick for you to use as well. So what I've done is I've cut several of these die cuts or cuts with my Silhouette Cameo, and I'm just using them now, and I keep them with, you know, near my stamp set so I know they're around. Excuse me. So I'll be using this image here today. This is a larger flower. So I'll be grabbing that and I'll just place my template over the top of that. And it fits perfectly within the stamp set, see? And so this is what's going to go into the Stamparatus. So I'll bring that out. Take out the foam, we don't need that. And we'll stick this, I like sticking this in the corner. And I will grab a magnet just to keep it in place, especially here where it's kind of a little bit iffy. So this just slots in place, right? So I'm going to just pick it up with my lid. Then I'm going to add my pre-cut cardstock here. And I'll slot it in like a jigsaw puzzle. Now you can do this even with your regular die cuts. You can use your dies, cut out several of these, have them ready in advance, and then you're good to go. So, you know, it's a good way of saving some time. And also it's a good way too of getting your images just perfect. So I'm going to ink up my image with some basic grey. Sorry, I'm a bit lost for words. And if we're losing sunlight, it is because there's a big black cloud just over where we are at the moment. So it looks like it's going to rain. That's winter for you, I guess. So this is all ready to go. And I'll just stamp it now. And I love having you know, a stamping tool such as the Stamparatus. You can use your Misty, you can use Tim Holtz, whatever you've got. And this will make life so much easy. Oh, wow, look at that. So now that is perfectly cut and stamped. Oh, actually, it's not perfectly stamped. So I'm going to put it back in there again. And I'm going to re-ink it. There's a couple of areas that it didn't uptake, especially there with the leaf. So I'm just going to stamp it again. And that's the beauty of having like a template in your Stamparatus and the die cut ready to go, because then it allows you to go back and re-stamp again without you know, destroying your supply of cardstock. You have plenty on hand this way. So I'll make sure it's right in there. And now stamp over the top, and especially in the area where it didn't take up well. Okay. So that's how that turned out, much darker, and I don't mind that. So I'll let it dry for a few minutes because it is a water-based ink. I am going to colour it with my watercolour pencils as well. So I'll just start clean and put this away. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to be colouring this image. I've got some scrap piece of paper here, and I have got a blender pen. These come in a pack of 3, so if you like to use, you can even use your stamping inks. You can use even you can pick it up with basically anything that's water-based. This is fantastic, and I love the way it blends, and it just gives you good control. So I'm going to bring my watercolour pencils. So I'm going to be using a combination of colours. So the colours I'll be using are, they're not exactly the same, so that's the thing. So I'll be using equivalents that are close. Let me see. Actually, I may go darker, and I may use like a garden green instead. Maybe not, hang on. No, I'll be using like a pear pizzazz and like an olive green, old olive combination there. And for the flower, I'm going to use like a Blushing Bride and a darker colour. That's just a darker version of the Blushing Bride. Just keep it nice and soft, and I think that will go very nicely with these colours. So what I'm going to do with this is, what I always do with my colouring is that I colour with the lighter colour first of any colours, and then I go over with the darker colour and to accent those areas that need accenting. So what I'm going to, shading. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower you down, I'm going to zoom you in. And we'll get started with the colouring. So I'm going to first off use a pear pizzazz on the Okay, so I have finished colouring my image here, so I'll just bring it up closely. Looks beautiful. So I'm just going to zoom you out again. Oops. Okay, so that's all done now, so I'll just put my pencils away. Okay, so what I'll do now is I will bring up my glue. I'm going to glue this page, this panel down. You can use whatever kind of adhesive you wish. And with this inside panel, actually it's not a bad idea. I will stamp that image with some, I'm going to use some of that green there. Soft sea foam. Jeez, I'm lost for words all the time. Isn't that terrible? So I'll just take out the foam and I'll put this over here in the corner, and I'll just do a quick stamp of this. I think I will stamp it though in the basic grey just to keep it harmonious with the front as well. Just stamp that there in the corner. And that turned out beautiful. Whoops. So I'll just clean that up. It's good to decorate the inside of the card as well if you want to. That just keeps it nice and harmonious at the front and all of that jazz. So pop this into my stamp case and have it ready for next time. It's a beautiful stamp set. Kind of reminds me of another one we had a few years ago. I forgot what it was called, Beautiful You or something similar, I don't remember. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that. Very nice. Alright, so what I'll do now is I'll stick the inside panel down and I'll use some liquid glue again. So I'll pop that down. Okay, and so with this now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some dimensionals and I will stick that down. So what I'll do is I will stick this down here. And that is my finished card for today. As you know, I don't put sentiments on here basically because I just want to give myself options. So I make all these cards in advance with you and then I have them on hand, and when I need a card, depending on the person, because I like to make cards that I know the person will like. So if I have a card on hand that the person will probably like, what I'll do is I will put a sentiment up here. I'll either stamp it on directly onto the card itself, or I'll do a little banner, or I'll use a little die cut or something like that, and that's how I have this ready. So I hope you like today's card. So here's a close-up of it, and here's the dimension on the side. It turned out absolutely beautiful, and here's the inside of the card. This can go for any occasion. You can use it for Mother's Day, you can use it for thinking of you. You can even use this as a sympathy card, and I know it sounds awful, but it's a nice, calm, you know, colour scheme, so you can use it for basically any occasion, for birthdays. It's whatever you wish, and you can feel free as well to change up the colours to suit you. So I hope you liked today's tutorial. If you have any questions or you would like to purchase their products from me, so we've got here the So Much Love and the Basic Pattern Decorative Masks. You can purchase those through my online store at Pepperly Rose Paper Crafting. You can also contact me through that online store for any messages you would like privately, or feel free to leave a comment, leave me your feedback. I would really appreciate it. And to my customers, thank you for buying from me. I really appreciate it because this is what keeps my channel going. So I don't do classes, if you haven't noticed, and I don't do anything like that because I just want to be able to share what I enjoy for free. I have learned so much from people that do this online very generously and give up their time to do that. So I appreciate, you know, free content like this, quality content, immensely. So I want to keep that going. So that's why I don't do classes and get you to pay for them. You can watch, you can do this as this is a free class basically for you. So if you can support my business through buying from me or just giving me lovely comments or any constructive criticism, I'm more than happy to take anything on board. Let me know. I'm here to help, and I appreciate you watching my channel and taking that time out of your day. I appreciate that immensely. So thank you all so much, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.